human beings are animals and therefore are inherently evil. This is the premise. It is in being an animal that we can never be any more than that. And therefore, we can't help but be inherently evil. This is what I once thought of the world. Until this is not even. I've thought this for a very long time. I've thought this for a very long time, and maybe it's true, but recently I thought also maybe not quite, right? It's like, yeah, it's like, you want to avoid generalizations, or rather, you want to avoid absolute statements, You want to avoid absolutes as much as possible, especially if it's something you're casually spouting off, not something as concrete as when a 1 + 1 = 2, right? Like, say an absolute. You want to avoid absolutes that are ingrained in ideology. So like a lot of people who make absolutes, it's not like it's not as easy as I was born, out of. I was born by a woman. I was born through a woman, right? I was born through the copulation of man and woman, right? Usually it's something outrageous. Usually something so outrageous, a person doesn't have to be as smart as even the person who said it to know that, okay, that's just not quite right, my guy, right? Oh shit, I'm tangenting. Okay, all right. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, okay, so what makes us evil? I think that's a good place to start. What makes us evil? Is it because we're animals? But I thought that, but I don't actually believe. I realized only recently that I don't actually believe that. No, I believe in evil, but to say that for someone to criticize another for being an animal, right? It's like you animal, right? Like you've heard something like that before. It's not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. I think it's a very accurate thing to say, or it gets a point across, right? It's that you're acting lesser than you're supposed to be. You're acting lesser than we are supposed to be. You animal, right? You lesser man, you lesser being, akin to an animal, right? But animals aren't evil. That's the thing. The irony is that animals aren't evil, or at least you would have to be someone that believes animals are evil, and again, you could say animals aren't evil because everything that they do out of survival. Like an animal doesn't do anything. You could say that an animal doesn't go out of its way to commit atrocious violence in the name of enjoyment, for the sake of enjoyment. And basically, usually this is also a common thought, right? Like this is also usually what one would say, right? Say I've seen like animes and movies and TV shows where it says like, where I'm pretty much sick to death with this theme where it's like, the human beings were the animals all along. Yeah, shit. All right. Yeah, we get it. Shit. Yeah, you're right. Human beings were the animals all along. We were the evil ones all along. Wow. True. Wow. Very nuanced. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right. It's a fun idea until you see a whole lot of it, and then it's just not fun anymore. It's a fun premise. Yeah, it's like, okay, all right, yeah, we get it, we get it. The humans were the evil ones all along. All right, good job, right? But 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 and well, why were the humans the ones? Why were humans the evil ones all along? Right? Well, why? Why is it that it was the humans evil all along? And again, usually, it is that it is that it, it is that here's the defense. An animal doesn't go out and kill and devour. It's like, okay, there's usually some sort of like anthropomorphic being, say like in Hunter x Hunter, where it's like, these dudes have to eat, these freaking savage animals, these anthropomorphic animals. They have to eat to survive or whatever. Something like that. Something like this animal kills all these people because it needs to eat human flesh to survive or whatever, right? But that's not always the case. I think that's a very easy way out. I don't believe animals are evil. I don't actually believe animals are evil, even though I guess we'll get there. It's a very easy way out for animals, though. It's a, yeah, okay, animals aren't evil. Well, anyway, let's let the freaking cat out of the bag real quick, right? It's like I don't. It's like to say that human to say that to say that to say that to say that animals aren't evil, thereby you can't really. It's like a person who yells at you for acting like an animal. They're being emotionally irrational, because it's like what are you saying? Like, are you calling me evil, or are you calling me an animal? Like, what's wrong with an animal? What has an animal ever done other than to survive? Right? Animals kill because they need to survive. We kill because it may be fun for us, right? But like, think about that. Like, isn't it? Isn't what causes us to kill for fun? Is it because we're animals, or is it because we have the knowledge of good and evil, right? So that is the cat out of the bag. I maybe for non religious, if one is not religiously inclined, bear with this idea in any case. Or I think there's a way in which you can understand it. I don't think even science has a place for morals, for morality. But play with this idea for a little bit, right? Try to play along with this reasoning, with this religious reasoning here. Uh, it, animals aren't evil because they have no knowledge of good and evil, right? They have no knowledge of what is good and what is bad, right? Even if there are instances where it's like, why do people enjoy the pain of others? Why do people enjoy the pain of others? Why do human beings enjoy inflicting pain on others? Why? Is it because we're animals? Or is it because we know what hurts us, and therefore we know what hurts other human beings? Right? You can say that's a good response. But recently it occurred to me that there are instances where an animal will kill someone, or will kill another animal, not because they wanted to eat it, but simply because they freaking could, right? So is it an animal's nature within a human being to kill for the sake of enjoyment, to brutalize another human being, verbal, like, well, look, animals can't talk, so let's take this to the extreme, right? Killing, right? Is it a human thing to kill another person for sport, or is it inherently, is it intrinsically human, or is it animalistic? Is it inherently animalistic? Like, where does this come from? Where does this enjoyment for bloodshed, for bloodshed for the sake of fun, where does this come from? What is it? Is it human or is it animal? Right? It's like